Imagine waiting nearly 2 decades for a single moment, only for it to be over in exactly 17 seconds. That was the reality inside the brand new Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, which served as ground zero for Netflix's highly anticipated leap into live mixed martial arts. The main event promised a legacy-defining superfight between two foundational pioneers of women's combat sports, both stepping out of years of retirement to finally settle a dream matchup. While the clock stopped almost immediately, the event was engineered to function less like a typical championship bout and more like a specific proof of concept for how the sport is being repackaged. Consider what it took just to reach the opening bell. Gina Carano spent 18 grueling months preparing for this return after a 17-year hiatus. She battled pre-diabetes and shed 100 pounds just to get her body back into fighting shape. Across the cage stood Ronda Rousey, the pioneer who practically willed women's MMA into existence. Coming out of a near-decade retirement herself, her championship pedigree was the exact ingredient needed to legitimize a massive Netflix broadcast. Decades of combined legacy, years of negotiation, and months of brutal physical conditioning all collided in a bout that lasted less time than a television commercial. This massive imbalance between the years-long physical toll required to prepare and the microscopic window of actual combat forces us to evaluate what modern audiences are really paying to watch. It's easy to dismiss a celebrity-driven streaming event as a quick cash grab, but the promoters countered that narrative by stacking the undercard with undeniable violence. Former heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou made sure of that. He returned to the cage and delivered a terrifying first-round knockout over Philippe Lins in just 4.5 minutes, proving the threat level on the card was very real. Following that, Mike Perry put a relentless beating on veteran Nate Diaz. Perry sliced Diaz open with right hands and knees, forcing a doctor stoppage at the end of the second round due to severe cuts. Those fights provided the slow, agonizing damage fans expect from a pay-per-view. That brutality set the stage for the clean, rapid efficiency we see when elite grappling enters the picture. These high-stakes, violent bouts acted as a strategic shield. They gave the broadcast combat credibility, creating a safe space for a nostalgic, ultra-short main event to play out without ruining the night's reputation. Rousey completely bypassed striking, charging in a direct line to close the gap. Using her Olympic judo pedigree, she executed a flawless hip toss, dragging Carano to the mat and transitioning seamlessly into her signature armbar to apply extreme leverage. The official time was exactly 17 seconds. Carano tapped out immediately, caught on the wrong side of a massive mismatch in grappling mastery. The efficiency of the finish came from specialized grappling, an outcome that allowed two aging legends to walk away without the physical trauma typical of a 5-round war. The moment the referee stepped in, the tension evaporated. The two fighters immediately embraced in the center of the cage, putting to rest any rumors of bad blood or resentment over the quick finish. The financial data behind that embrace is staggering. For 17 seconds of physical work, Ronda Rousey earned a flat purse of $2.1 million. Gina Carano walked away with $1.05 million. This highlights a uniquely high-reward structure specifically designed to entice retired fighters back into the spotlight. In her post-fight interview, Rousey confirmed her permanent retirement. She explicitly stated she wanted to return to her husband and children on their family farm completely unscathed. Securing a multi-million-dollar payout without taking a single punch to the face represents the ultimate evolution of a veteran fighter's endgame. This bar chart shows the dramatic disruption happening in the lower ranks. Compared to the notoriously low standard entry-level MMA payouts, MVP guaranteed every single undercard fighter a towering $40,000 minimum just to show up. The Legends model relies on pairing high nostalgia, low-risk bouts with massive streaming distribution, effectively removing the need for a traditional championship ladder. The metrics showed the event holding the top spot on Netflix in 45 countries, signaling that the platform can command a massive live audience. Promoters used MVP MMA 1 to test the scalability of this business model, looking for a way to turn niche fight interest into mass-market streaming content. Streaming has changed the pay structure for the bottom of the card and the risk profile for the top. The question is whether the 17-second payoff is a trade-off fans are willing to accept.